So, will this be a large or small game hunt?
Large.
The overall goal, action-wise, was to give the audience a little bit what we'd consider John Wick action, meaning the gun fu and the fight stuff, but also change it up a little bit.
Early on in prep, I watched a lot of documentaries on ballet itself, and most of the graceful performances and everything that we see, they're actually working through a hell of a lot of pain. And that transfers over into combat.
You will always be weaker. You want to win? Adapt. Cheat.
I'm not playing a superhero. I'm not a big person. That's why it came about, this thing about use whatever's around you to defend yourself.
It's someone who is using whatever they can to create and build a weapon out of survival.
I just like a good club scene. You know, I don't know, I went to this club a long time ago. I remember it was like a vodka dry ice bar, but everything was made out of ice and all that stuff. I just thought that was pretty cool. It was just a different kind of aesthetic we wanted to try.
I remember the idea of a non-lethal but brutal weapon. Because there's security, it's rubber bullets. That one idea, that informs the whole sequence. That informs what that choreography and action is going to be.
I really like it because we needed that piece between Eve being at the school learning and Eve being already a professional badass assassin. We needed something in between where she gets mad at herself. She's not good. She's making mistakes. She's frustrated.
The stunt team here is really good. You feel very safe with them. You feel very safe with the weapons guys. Every little squib, every little piece of marble that gets shattered off the wall is perfectly calculated where you feel very safe going into it.
I've been in John Wick 3, doubling Halle Berry, and I am very fortunate to be a part of Ballerina. Being part of the stunt team is very different from doubling. So I'm either helping out with choreo or I'm on set as assassin number 3. The fight was really nice because it's 2 women and it's not the normal guy-on-girl situation. So it was matching our body types and making it less brutal and more like blow for blow. She would hit me, I would hit her. She would hit me, I would kick her in the face. She would take a vase and knock it over my head.
The sound! It was like, that was a good one.
Saving this for later?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Thank you.
We are in Hallstatt, running and gunning in the, gosh, probably the most beautiful place I've ever been in. Maybe also the coldest.
It's not fun. Winter in the Czech Republic is not fun. They knock your door in the trailer at 4 a.m. and they say, warm up. I'm like, warm up? We're like 15 below zero. What are you talking about?
The kitchen fight was probably my favorite. And that was a big, big flagship fight of the film.
I'm very close with Chad Stahelski, and I train out of 8711. So I was in Wake 1, 2, 3.
We didn't really get much time to rehearse that at all with her. So a lot of this stuff was like, all right, this is what you're doing in 10 minutes.
The fight that I'm doing with Anna is very violent. And we showed it to her like 2, 3 times, and boom, she got it. That's a gift. I don't have to. I mean, I'm just manhandling her. I smack her on the table through glass.
Both of me felt really good.
That was really funny. I called it the monkey. I said, hey, we're about to do the monkey. So she jumped off a chair, jumped on my back, smacked me in the head. It was incredible.
Len, the director, he's very visual. So a lot of times the feedback that we get from him is like how to feature a weapon that's being used in a clever way.
Len came up with some cool things like attaching a knife to a gun.
I started as a prop guy, so it's just inherent in me. If I have an idea, I'll build the prop in my garage.
So we have to figure out how to make that work. So we used it more so as a joystick, or almost like a remote control, like literally stabbing somebody and you're using it to turn it to move somebody.
The stab takes out one, that means you got this bullet for this one. It's so brutal. Same thing with the ice skates. I went and bought some skates and loved the idea of how fun would it be. She uses these ice skates as gauntlets. That's pretty brutal.
So that was a fun sequence to coordinate, talking to the fight team and building up on beats of that. Originally, we didn't have the ice element. And then we added that ice element in, and we added her fighting on the ice, which I just think was a nice little fun beat. You know, going from one skate to two skates to then using them as nunchucks. Nice. It was a fun sequence. We don't get to see that every day.
It's really cool to find out ways to make that fun and creative and stuff, even though we were a little inhibited space-wise.
Okay, cut it.
Cool. The flamethrower scene, on paper, I really thought everyone had gone crazy.
We've seen flamethrowers in films before, never a close quarters flamethrower battle like a gunfight.
People forget that it's not just the orange part of the flame. It kicks out, I mean, we're burning at about 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit when the liquid propane comes out.
I had never done anything with fire. It's pretty terrifying. It's very scary. They took me to a rehearsal, and I was just playing around with the fire in the air, pointing at nothing. And then they said, "Do you want to burn someone?"
We're putting our stunt teams in very, very elaborate protective gear to take those kind of hits. But we brought in some of the best fire people in the stunt industry to make sure safety was the priority.
It was a very strong image. That being said, I think I burned 106 people in those tunnels. That final fight between them is iconic. Eve fighting John Wick is insane.
We're doing this! I've been rehearsing this for 2 months!
What's interesting about this sequence is that she doesn't really have many objects to use. So she has her knife, which she's good with, but ultimately, like, we see John Wick kind of being a teacher.
Just leave.
First of all, it's a testament to Keanu and how much he has trained in the past.
It was very familiar as a kind of John Wick process. I was kind of like the salty veteran, like, you know, warm up, like, okay, let's go.
When I see Keanu and what he does and how much he loves it and how much he's there present, you know, I was just thinking, like, I hope I'm at the same level.
He's gonna keep your right. Yeah. Reach with your left. Yeah. Good.
Bonus part of that fight is that my husband, Jackson, is kind of reviving his role as doubling John Wick. He did it for the first 3 films, and so he's gonna step in and double him. We don't always get that opportunity to work together, and so that's been really special on this job. Wick was such a huge part of Jackson's career, and now this job is like really pivotal in my career, and it's a challenging but such a rewarding spot to be in.
You guys set? Set! Get it, Stunts! Woo! All right, let's roll.
On a daily basis, I was so impressed by the ideas that they had, how they would choreograph every scene. It's not just like little little pieces of action here and there is like long action pieces. Like they go forever.
That's this way.
Oh yeah.
The entire stunt crew is fantastic. Not only are they lovely, lovely human beings, but they have a cleverness within the choreography. There's a wit within it.
And that comes from a lot of his ideas that meld with our ideas. It's almost like writing a song together. Like, it's not any one person that necessarily just says the thing that it needs to be. It's just we riff off each other and, you know, it kind of grows organically.
There's a lot of hours spent doing this, and sometimes it means I'm at home with, I don't have any weapons at home, I'll have a spoon in one hand and a knife in the other, trying to get the moves right because we just want it to look as good as possible. There's a lot of hard work from everyone on the team that goes into this.
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. Joblo remains an independent company, and we appreciate all of your support.